Okay, well, good morning and welcome to our webinar this morning. The topic that I've chosen for today is going to be using essential oils for children physically, mentally, emotionally, and in that way. And so we'll get started. This is a really fun class, I think, about being able to help your children and even especially moms as well. So they don't get so frustrated and overtaken by with their kids. So we'll get started here, and let me get my PowerPoint up here. And in the beginning, okay. So here we're ready to go. What I'd like to do is to encourage you right now is to take out a piece of paper and a pencil or pen and have that ready so that you can take down notes and make some suggestions to yourself of things that come up and certain essential oils that ring true for you and some of your kids. So what we're going to do today in talking about these different ways is that depending on what stage that your child's development is at, I think that you'll be able to find some value in today's webinar with it. You know, I don't know what age group that many of you have, but I think that we'll be able to hit on most of those things that really help to balance your children in a lot of different ways. So we'll get started here. So what I want to do to start out here first is to talk about essential oils in kids and how we can ensure safe use for our kids. And that so today we're going to go over some of those safety guidelines that are going to allow you to have and use those essential oils safely in your home with it so that you can have those benefits. So I want you to keep in mind that it's important to consult with your child's physician about any specific health concerns or conditions before you start to use some of these essential oils on your own. Okay. So I want to answer this question is that some people wonder, you know, are essential oils safe for their children? And the answer is yes, and they've been used effectively over thousands of years. These are safe and natural when they're used properly. And doTERRA, the nice thing about these essential oils that they have been tested for safety in their processes. So doTERRA does a lot of things different than most other essential oil manufacturers, is that they have the highest quality of essential oils on the market. And they have what they call CPTG, or Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. Okay, what this means is that the FDA has not and does not regulate the essential oil industry, and so most of the essential oil manufacturers are left up to themselves to hopefully create the most pure and safe, effective essential oils. But unfortunately, that's not always true. There are a lot of essential oil producers today that, even though their essential oils are labeled as natural or wild crafted, some of these different terms that they use to indicate that their essential oils are safe and natural, they aren't always in testing. So doTERRA has come up with their own standard of safety and purity, and they go through about 11 different processes to do that, more than any other essential oil manufacturer, so that you can be assured that you're getting the best. Okay. So see, these are some of the safety guidelines that we're going to go through here. So if you're new to essential oils, it's important to know that these, again, essential oils have been used throughout the world, even in ancient times. Okay, they were used for beauty treatments and food preparation, certain religious ceremonies um, as well, and to promote wellness, even in China for centuries with it. Okay, so a lot of cultures in that have used these safely on their families for thousands of years, and so you can really feel safe in being able to use those for your kids. Okay, so like any product in that you would use in your home, that as long as you know how to use those essential oils for their intended purposes, and that then you can use those safely on your kids. Okay, so doTERRA also wants parents to feel confident about using these essential oils on their children as well with them. Okay, so what we're going to go to here is a safety tip here of how you'll use those doses and dilutions. So as you can see here, that there are certain ones that if you're going to use these internally, the ideal amount is that you're going to use 2 to 4 drops. Okay, and that's over a 24-hour period. And the ideal amount would be actually, and that's for an adult, I should say. For children, it's going to be 1 to 2 drops. Okay, you don't need a whole lot. And so in a 24-hour period, you're going to use 3 to 12 drops of a carrier oil. Okay, so carrier oil is usually going to be what we like to use the most and is the best way to get that into the tissue is with fractionated coconut oil. So fractionated coconut oil is actually a liquefied coconut oil so that it's easy to put on and to use. Okay, so a lot of times, like I say, you don't need a whole lot. Probably for kids, I wouldn't use it internally very much until they get it probably at least 8 years old with them. Dermally or on the skin and that, you're looking at 1 to 2 drops again, and over a 24-hour period, you're going to use about 3 drops to that 1 drop. I like to use topically. Okay, so if you're going to rub that in, so you want to dilute it. And some advantages of using those that carrier oils is it spreads it out over the skin a little bit more, and it helps to drive that into the skin, and so the oil doesn't dry out quite as quickly. So you get a little bit better, I think, results with it. So you never really want to use an essential oil full strength on kids. Okay, but I'm going to talk about this a little bit more in the webinar. Is that doTERRA has made this a lot easier for you. Okay, so some of the safety tips that I'm going to talk about here are with some of their children's supplements. So you want to read the labels and instructions before you give these to kids with it, so that we can follow those general safety guidelines. Okay. So one of the other safety tips is that we want to avoid putting essential oils on sensitive areas. So these would be either in the eyes or skin around the eyes, broken or damaged skin, in their nose or ears. Okay, we want to avoid those particular areas and putting those on kids. Okay, the next step and safety tip here is that certain oils have a sunlight sensitivity to them. So these are mainly going to be some of your citrus oils like lemon, wild orange, tangerine, bergamot, some of those citrus type of oils. Grapefruit would be another one as well. So you usually want to avoid sunlight or UV rays for up to about 12 hours after applying those if they're going to be out in sunlight for extended periods of time, okay, with it. Another safety tip here is that a lot of times kids get really familiar with using the essential oils. And so sometimes moms may get into a habit of just sending their kids to the box that has the essential oils in them. So this is really something that I would totally try to avoid in being safe, okay? If kids know how to do this and they're out playing or whatever, and they want to use this maybe on one of their dolls or something like that, and they may end up going to that box and, you know, getting into them and using them in an unsafe way. So I'd like to just encourage you to keep that box of oils out of the reach of kids, and have either you as the mom or dad or some type of parent and that keep those away and be the one really to get those out when they're ready to be used. Okay, so these are some of the fun ways that you can use essential oils with your kids. One of the great things about doTERRA's oils is that they're the only ones that I would ever use if you did use these internally, is doTERRA. Okay, just because of the safety factor and purity. A lot of essential oils, like I say, are not as pure as they lead you to believe. And a lot of times they're had pesticides used on them or dilution, or sometimes we've been finding that some of the chemical makeup and that has been altered as well. So you can use these in some of your recipes. I think would be certainly safe to do in some of the smoothies, green smoothies as well. I know that my niece uses essential oils and makes those for her kids with them, and it really does change it up. Kids love smoothies in that, especially when you've used some essential oils in there. And I've got some different recipes that you're certainly welcome to email me about. One of them that I like a lot is one called Julius's 3 Oranges. Okay, so tastes really orangey, like an orange cream sickle, and that you can do that. There's some other ones that are really good, and you can make up your own. These can also be used in different snacks or cookies, breakfast food, breakfast, and that. Some things that I like to do is that I'll use about 3 drops in my pancake flour with it when I'm mixing them up. So lemon's really great. Wild orange could be great. Actually, in your pancakes, I'll use sometimes in a granola mix, I'll put granola and yogurt, and I'll use either cinnamon oil or cassia. Cassia is a little bit more stronger and has a hotter temperature to it, but I like it because it's spicier, and so I'll mix that up together, and that tastes really good. For some of your DIY things, oh, and actually I have another friend, while I'm thinking about it, is she'll make popsicles and put essential oils in them for different flavors, and then freeze those in the freezer, and those are really great. Okay, so again, for your DIYs and that, do it yourself. I have a nephew that actually makes kind of quite the artisan at making soaps as well, and he'll put On Guard or Bergamo or some of these others and make different soaps as well for different applications, for bath time, things like that. You can use these in your bath water as well. For that, you know, you could put lavender might be a good one in their bath water as well. Kind of calming and soothing as well with it, with some ideas. Okay, so those are some fun different things, and you can just be creative really with them, but make sure that you use and follow the directions. Okay. So doTERRA's products, again, are designed for children. Okay. And so we're going to go through some of these here about doTERRA's Touch Kit. So this is a kit that you can get, and the neat thing about this is that these are all pre-mixed and diluted. So these are all in a roller bottle with them, and so it makes it really easy just to apply to the area of the body, or if you want an overall body effect, you can put these on the bottom of the feet, which would be one of the best ways to apply these. So some of the ones here that I'll bring up that are some of the more popular is that Breathe is really a good one, excuse me, for opening up airways, and that when kids get congestion and things like that, and you know, runny nose, that type of thing. Digest Zen is awesome. When they get those stomach upsets from time to time, and just feeling uncomfortable, you can, you know, just rub that right on their stomach and be able to calm that down. I love it for that. Lavender is another one. They start, it's really good for those times when kids get really anxious and worried about things. It's a good one for when they just get out of hand as well, and they just need to get calmed down. Lavender's a good one, and you could just take a little swipe across the back of the neck there and help them with that. On Guard's another one that you'll want to use quite a bit, and that for keeping the immune system strong with those kids. Okay. So those are a few of ones that really stand out, I think, for me that you can use. Okay. So on the the emotional side is that doTERRA makes these also for emotions. So this is an area that I think would be really valuable as a parent to be able to have emotional aromatherapy kit with it. So these can help manage those moods that kids get. And a lot of times kids, they just get these up and down moods and, you know, or moodiness and things like that where they need some additional help or support. So when your kids are feeling kind of down and sad, Cheer would be a great essential oil to use and have them breathe in. Maybe your kids have a real hard time because they've got a brother or sister that picks on them a lot of the time, and they just don't get along. And so one of the ways to be able to help kids get rid of and take care of some of those emotions that they have towards others is forgive. And this is actually really a good one for adults as well. We all need to be able to let things go and to forgive. And sometimes these childhood things and that can actually be a real deterrent for years and years and even to adult life. And not being able to forgive you know, others and siblings for things that may have happened in the past that there just wasn't any control over. Motivate is another one. You know, maybe your kids are having a hard time being obedient to some of the things that you ask them to do. They don't want to take out the garbage. They don't want to do their homework. And so things are kind of really a fight with your kids to get them to do that. So motivate and passion can be some of those things that you could do, or even using a diffuser. Okay, so I would highly, highly consider the Aroma Therapy Touch Kit. Okay, as far as some of the nutrition types of things, here is that if your kids seem to be having their immune system compromised, one of the things that doTERRA has done is they've come up with what they call PB Assist Junior. And this is a probiotic, and it helps to balance and proliferation of beneficial bacteria in the gut. Okay, and it helps maintain that healthy intestinal microflora that we all need with it. And it helps to support the function and digestive system and immune system. So if your kids are getting, ill a lot with it, the PB Assist is something that you should consider. So these come in a little packet. You just break those open, and if you've ever had one of those little pixie sticks, of candy, this is really a lot of what it's like. They taste really good. You don't have to necessarily, if you don't want to, mix it in water or juice or anything like that. They're good enough that you can just open them up and then put some of that in your mouth and swallow. So I love it. They're a natural strawberry melon flavor, and so they're pretty tasty, I think, with it. So I use it too as an adult. The next thing is nutrition is a highly under looked at aspect for kids. Okay, they need to get the proper nutrition, and a lot of kids don't, and it actually ends up being one of those things that's a deficient in kids, and so they end up having and struggling sometimes in school, and even can be manifested as well in some of their emotions as well. So this A to Z chewable, it's also really good. It's strawberry flavored. It's a superfood blend, okay? And it's a balanced blend of essential vitamins and antioxidants. Gives you your vitamin A, C, E, and cellular energy, and a complex of B vitamins. So if they're not feeling as much energy as they should, this would be a good thing as well to help them. It also gives them a bioavailable amount of minerals, calcium, magnesium, zinc, copper, and manganese. Okay, so this is your vitamin mineral supplement. Okay, and you want to use this with the IQ Mega. Okay, which is the liquid version of the omega-3 essential fatty acids, which is really important with it. So the chewables is going to be for cell development and their immune system. Okay, really important that they get that. Most times, this is a fact, is that kids and all of us do not get the amount of nutrition that we need for our food. It just doesn't happen anymore with the way that food is grown today. So if somebody's telling you that you can get your nutrition totally from food, that's not true. Okay. So here's the IQ Mega here. This is going to help with the cardiovascular, the nervous system, and immune function as well, and also joint function. So this is going to be a good one if your kids are involved in sports. Another key thing is, especially in school, is that it helps to support the brain, the eyes, skin, and thinking processes. Okay, and also protects against lipid oxidation. So as we get older, those cells in that can become oxidized and not as effective. So IQ Mega is really important. A lot of kids are deficient in omega-3s. Okay. Another aspect here is Terra Greens. So a lot of kids need more fruits and vegetables in their diet. So an easy way to be able to get this in is, number one, you can make green smoothies, and I have a bunch of different recipes. If not, and it's on the go, they do make what they call Terra Greens. So this is a powder formula of it, different essential fruits and vegetables. Okay, this is going to help with their nutrition, helps with the immune and digestive system, the weight management, and these are all natural ingredients, and they're GMO and gluten-free and vegan friendly. Okay, so this is a great thing. I use these as well. You can just put a scoop of them in water, mix it up. For me, I like the taste of it. If your kids are more picky, you may want to mix that in with some other juice or something else that's more palatable. Sometimes another one is that I'll use like the Bolt House or brand, or another one is Naked Juice. You could even put them in those as well, or a scoop, and it's good, quick way to be able to get those greens into them. So a lot of times kids don't particularly like the taste of vegetables, but I'll tell you, it creates big deficiencies in their health, and they really do need them. Okay. On Guard is the protective products here. I know a lot of times that in schools and that the schools want you to bring, waterless and handless soap along there to help killing germs. Okay, so doTERRA makes an array of different immune boosting products here. They make an On Guard spray, which is actually better than the liquid hand soaps. It kills up to 99.9% of germs with it. So I would use that really instead of the waterless soaps. They really aren't as safe and as effective as they are made out to be. They actually take or strip the protective mantle off of the outer layer of your skin, leaving it more exposed with it. So this is a much better way. I'd always keep one of these spray bottles in, your diaper bag, kitchen, around there. You can spray it on your countertops, things like that. It's safe. Put it in your purse and in their backpack. Make those available so that they can have those and they're accessible. They also come in a supplement that I love, also in an oil and in little beadlets. So you can actually put those, pop one of those in your mouth and break that, and that also helps. They have On Guard cleaning products for your bathroom that I like to use as cleaning as a concentrate. You can also use that along with your wash cycle in the washing machine. They come also as a hand soap with it. You can also get them in soothing lozenges and that for the throat with it, and also in a toothpaste. I will never go back to regular store-bought toothpaste again after using On Guard tooth whitening toothpaste. It's much healthier. It doesn't have the impurities and fillers and chemicals that are in store-bought toothpaste. I never thought that I would ever say that, because I was loyal for years and years to one of the brands and thought that loved the taste, but after using On Guard, this is much better alternative, safer, especially for kids. Okay, so I want to talk again here a little bit about general health and support and prevention. So these are some general things that I want to point out to you for kids. Okay, so again, to just kind of review over these things, for their balanced nutrition, and to get that into their bodies, is to use the TerraGreens, or to make sure that they're getting more greens, fruits, and veggies when you cook. Okay, uncooked are much better if you can buy veggie trays. I like to get those at Costco, and they're much better, and you get the enzymes in your foods where they don't get cooked out with the heat over the stove. Okay, so you can also use the TerraGreens like I mentioned. We all need to get about 12 servings a day of fruits and vegetables. Okay, so another way is that you can make green smoothies as well. If they got one of those a day, that would fulfill that need. For kids that have mood swings, okay, the balance oil is a great one to manage those mood swings and to keep more of a even keel with their moods. Motivate blend, cheer blend are going to be those ones that you'll want to look at for unmotivated kids, or they just don't seem to be very happy. Wild orange is also a really great one for what we call the Happifier oil. I know personally that when I use that wild orange, it just changes my mood, and I just feel better that things will work out great. Serenity is another one if they're feeling real tired and not getting them the sleep that they need. A lot of teenagers need that help. And also Forgive would be another one. For the immune system, they're keeping that. The On Guard products would be definitely one that you'll want to have in your house in one form or another. Okay. For kids that struggle to focus at school and have some learning challenges in that, staying on task, following instructions that you might give them, Intune is a roll-on that you can use, and it really helps stimulate that focusing mode in the brain. Okay, so I just apply that roller bottle across the forehead and on the temples and maybe behind the back of the ears. Okay, that helps quite a bit with kids with it. If it's memory in that, they're taking tests, and you know, even in college, to help stimulate that memory process is peppermint and basil behind the ears. Okay, that helps quite a bit. You put that on before you study for a test, and again when you go to take that test. Okay, also helps in staying awake. You know, if you're ever driving a long ways and you know you need to have a little bit of a boost from not feeling so tired. Okay, kids get a lot of times those skin irritations, cuts and bruises, things like that growing up, and so the Correct-X ointment is awesome. I love it. It's helped me with a lot of different skin irritations and things. My lips swelled up once, and I put that on, and it just looked nasty, terrible. Put that on my lip and that, and within about 3 days it was gone. Amazing things. So those are some general things for support. So I want to ask you some of the things about some of your children's health concerns. Okay, do they have mood swings? Do they have low self-esteem or self-image? Are they tired a lot? Is obesity something that your kids are having issues with that may relate to that self-esteem and self-image? Do they miss school a lot from having a low immune system? Any of those types of things. So I want to ask you, you know, are you ready and committed to help making those changes today for your kids' sake? Hopefully you are. These are what I've gone over, some natural things that you can do that are safe to be able to help your kids. So I hope that you know, you'll think about investing, you know, in these oils to have them on hand, you know, before it's an issue, because they really can help your kids. And once they get that confidence level, a lot of kids will start to, you know, ask for these oils because they know that they help and they know that they work. Okay, and they'll make your job a lot easier as a parent. Okay, here I'll just go over some of the things for moods in school, self-image. So if they're moody, Copaiba oil is a great one. Balance oil and lavender. Okay, If they're having confidence issues, bergamot, cassia, and Roman chamomile are ones that you can use in that case. If they're having trouble with self-acceptance of their self, those types of things, bergamot, grapefruit, and the metabolic blend. Okay, those can help. If it's shame for their body, maybe they're overweight or just don't feel pretty, those types of things where there's a lot of self-judgment by themselves or lack of self-confidence, patchouli oil is one that you can use there. Okay, and then for happiness, moods, wild orange, cheer, motivate, and serenity. Serenity is going to be more calming. Okay, so when your kids have these different types of challenges in life, and unfortunately it's one of those things about life that we all go through, these can really help smooth out those rough edges, and help. So some of the ways that you can use these is to put them on the bottom of the feet. If the kids are don't like that smell or whatever, not quite sure about it, using them on the bottom of the feet would be a good one. Diffusing it in your diffuser at home would be another one. Even if they were to put some of that essential oil on a cotton ball and put it in a baggie and take into school and then just inhale that, periodically, if they can do that, or tissue, something like that, just to get that, into the brain and the amygdala. That will help. Okay, for school sports and that, essential oils can be really healthy, great ways to be able to help them and to succeed in their sport. So for stretching and injury prevention, you want to choose the warm oils or oils that have a warmth to them. Cinnamon, cassia, and oregano oils are ones that you can do. But I want to make a caution about these is that they are hot. Okay, so make sure that you always dilute these with fractionated coconut oil. You don't want to burn a child. So probably at least 3 to 5 drops of essential oils for kids. And make sure that it's not in a sensitive area. Okay, if they're getting joint stiffness or achy muscles, Deep Blue Rub, which is a cream that you can put on, works great. Aroma Touch oil, lemongrass, or peppermint. Okay, if they want more quick endurance and energy, maybe they're in soccer or track, things like that, where endurance is something, they can use peppermint oil on in their water, or they can rub it on a joint or inhale it in. Mito 2 Max is one I probably wouldn't use unless they're probably teenager or older. Okay, this is a great alternative to caffeine products. A lot of these kids are getting addicted to caffeine products and energy drinks. They're terrible. Okay, for that reason, and a lot of food coloring, things like that. So if it's coordination and balance, some of the younger kids in that are into soccer, ballet, things that have to do with coordination of the body, is that you want to use the balance oil or balance blend. That can help a lot as well. For confidence in sports, if they're having a hard time with that self-esteem, is lavender and bergamot. Okay, it'd be choices for that. Okay, so as a recap here, A to C chewables and the IQ Mega, that comes in a pack that you can get for those two. The Terra Greens for your fruits and veggies. Okay, if they're not getting that in their diet. The PB Assist or probiotic for healthy gut and flora. Okay, you want to try to limit the amount of processed foods that they have, okay, or fast food, okay. These are all unhealthy types of things, and they definitely make a difference in their moods. If they're eating out a lot, going for burgers and um, other fast foods, things like that are fatty as well, that's going to affect their mood and how they feel and how they look. So try to buy more fresh fruits as snacks that you can have around in your home. Oranges, cuties, with it, tangerines, bananas. If you can, some of the berries would be great. Blueberries, blackberries, any of those types of things would be great alternatives for things to munch on. Another one, like I mentioned, is you can use, some of the essential oils to make your own popsicles, things like that. So try to avoid buying sugary desserts, candies. Definitely try to get off of sodas, and high energy drinks. All of these are really not healthy, and they really can be addicting to the body. Once you start getting into that mode, the body thinks that it needs sugar again and again, and it really is an addiction after a while and causes a lot of other health concerns. You can diffuse these and apply these oils daily for balance and mood. Okay? So these are some of the things that I hope that you've written down that you'll want to do as a daily routine for general prevention, okay, for your kids. So to make it easy, doTERRA's made some kits that you can get. The Family Wellness Enrollment Kit is one of those. It's $150 for it. All of the oils in that will have a point value. So the cool thing about it with doTERRA is that as you continue to use these oils, you earn loyalty rewards points. Okay, and these accumulate. They work a lot like with Sam's Club or Costco, Southwest Airlines, things like that. So once after a period of time of 12 months, you can actually, on the loyalty rewards, save up to 55% off. This can make it really affordable, and you get free products, okay, after a while. So you can actually get these products for free after a while. So it makes it really affordable and easy to get with it, okay? So this is what I'd encourage you to do. You can go on my website as well and look for those, or whoever's invited you. So I just want to point out that smart mothers know, and they have more peace of mind having the essential oils on hand to deal with the situation immediately than it is to find it later. Okay, so I want to encourage you to get these essential oils in your home. Look for those with it. Get them. It's easier to get them now than later, as I mentioned, and then wish you to have them on hand. When you need them, you need them. Okay. And when your child is, going through a hard time or upset, you just need it. So my name's Mark Graves. I'm a certified life and wellness coach. Love to be able to help you and work with you personally. You can get a hold of me at preferred@wellevated@gmail.com, or you can call me to order any of these essential oils or the kit, the Family Essentials kit, or the aromatherapy kit. You're going to want to go to my website, which is www.mydoterra.com/wellevated. Okay, the name of my company is Wellevated, so you can order either individual essential oils You can buy these at wholesale by getting a wholesale membership, or you can do it at retail. Most people I find will always want to buy it at wholesale. Okay, that means you get 25% off of the retail price. Okay, and that's really the best way to do it. And then hopefully get involved with the Loyalty Rewards product, which means that as you consume these, and your kids use like the A to Z vitamins or the TerraGreens, as you consume those, you're going to want to be able to replenish and have those on hand every month. So doTERRA is going to reward you with those reward points. So you want to have that as a standard reorder every month, okay, so that you can be on that and take advantage of those, okay. I don't have this on there. I also have my website, which is wellevated.com, and I've also created some other YouTube videos that you can find me on YouTube as well. And you'll probably be able to find this webinar on your YouTube as well, so you can re-watch it, share it with other women or family and friends that may have kids that are struggling with some aspect of their health. So thank you very much for being on this webinar. Look forward to working with you, and hope that you'll follow me on one of the social media sites, and look forward to the future, and hope that you'll live well-evated. Thanks a lot. Bye.